What's happening, people? All right, so I'm going to go into my futures charts and show you guys some trade setups because you need to learn this. You guys gave me a lot of feedback about the video that when I streamed live and kind of showed you guys what I was quietly doing behind the scenes. So I'm going to give you one additional little video, and like I said, we're still collaborating and getting details on how we want to do it. If because you guys said you want to do this futures program and stream live, which would be great. That's cool because you'll be able to see what we're doing, and then you can trade along with us, and you'll be taking your own trades on a futures broker, which is automatically regulated for US. But again, hey, we hit very, very nicely in the Forex market as well. So my team, they took some excellent trades and hit real big in the Forex market. So again, we're just doing both. I'm not leaving one without the other. So let's go to the charts and kind of show you guys what's popping, okay? So you can learn this thing here. All right, so let me share this one here. All right, and there we go. All right, so looking at this here, here's what you have to learn, okay? Here's what you have to learn. What happens is that there was a fake break, okay? I'm gonna call it a fake break, okay? And because if we do launch this and you end up using our tools, you need to know exactly how we're using it and be careful. All right, so let me show you what happens, okay? So during the first break, you see that there was a real break and then a pullback, and then it dropped down to the bottom, okay, curved around, and then came right back in again, and then the real break came again up here. So the question is right here, and let me see if I can do this for you guys. Right here in between this area here. Why are you tripping like this, bro? Gee whiz, come on, man. All right, hold on, let me just do it like this. All right, let's go in here, and let me pull this right here. Golly, well, forget it. Yeah, sit your hind parts right there. All right, cool. Just stay there. Don't do much. I don't like. I'm still learning how to use trading view. Look at this, y'all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, forget it. Just bye. Get out of there. Let's just use the box that's here. Okay. So anyway, what happened between the first initial break and then it popped all the way down and then it jumped all the way up? Glad you asked, because this is what you will have to learn to avoid the fake breaks. Let me pull this on screen. Here's the economic calendar. Now, normally for me, when I'm trading the Forex market, I can care less about these news events. They don't mean nothing to me. Okay. Let me scroll up and show up so y'all can see what popped off. Okay, so here's where, scroll up, where we at? Okay, right here. Okay, here we go. So normally in the Forex market, the job numbers and all this kind of stuff and the ISM manufacturing numbers, it doesn't really, it may give a little, you know what I mean, for the US pairs, but not much. It's not going to break a trend. It may give a little pullback and then the thing does what it does. That doesn't really do much in the Forex market. But but, but, here we go. What you're looking at is exactly what took place. When the ISM manufacturing numbers came out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can see the original breakout was taking place. So it was going to break to the upside. Then when the news came out with the job report and the PMI numbers, okay, when that news came out, it did a strong pullback, okay? And then after that, it's still, you could have, look, you would have got faked right here. No doubt about it if you're doing a breakout strategy, okay? Okay, your stop would have been hit right about here, midpoint of the middle of the box. Okay, so your stop would have got hit. Okay, when it broke to the downside, though, you could have hopped in and just got you what you could. But where was the real move? Wait till after all this little shaking and twerking is done and wait for the real move, which is what I did. I waited for it to come back out, and as soon as I had a break above the box again, and let's go down to the 3 minute, you see a little bit closer, okay? As soon as I had the break above the box, and I'm gonna draw these lines so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better, okay? You see right there? As soon as I had that break above the box again, the genuine break, okay? The genuine break, then after that candle closed, it just never stopped and it went on up. See, so it created the pure move, and it did it on ES as well. Watch this. I'm going to draw a line just so we can extend this box, which, by the way, we're working on this because if we do launch this program, we're going to have it where these lines can extend. That's in the works. May happen, may not, but if not, you see the box right here. All right, so here's the box. So you can see the candle close, and that was the same thing, and YAM did the same thing, okay? I call it YAM, okay? I like yams, okay? Like sweet potato pies and yams. By the way, guys, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of people be trying to bake these sweet potato pies. Let me help you out on Thanksgiving Day. Just get one of, what's the, Patty LaBelle's, okay? Patty LaBelle pies or whatever. I think it's Patty LaBelle's pies. Oh my God, they at Walmart. Oh my God, them some good yam pies, sweet potato pies. So sweet yams and sweet potato pies. But anyway, you can see, okay? So now also I'm going to do this for you guys. Watch this. Here's the built-in target. Oh my God, what is popping off? Okay. By the way, I'm not an expert in trading view, as you can clearly see. And this is the good part about it. You don't have to be an expert in this. Okay. You don't have to be an expert. Okay. By the way, somebody leave in a comment a good recording service, because I'm trying to use Zoom and I'm trying to use another one, but ScreenPal, but they're terrible. I need a good one that works, that's easy to understand. So if y'all who are out there who know how to do those, you know, content creators, just leave me a message. What's the best streaming service to use? And also what's some good camera equipment? Because I plan on getting some good camera equipment. But for the sake of education, all right. So here's what I did. Okay. So when it broke above, I go in with and I told you guys these are like using standard lots. So I hit these. And once they made me enough money, I simultaneously, watch what I do. Now, you don't have to do it, but simultaneously, okay, when it reaches about the half point, right about here, I'll just take my money and run, okay? Because, you know, you're using standard lots. You don't want to blow your prop firm account or your personal account. So right about there. But what I did was CNQ and MNQ. This is like using micro lots, 0.10 lot size. This is a standard lot in Forex. This is a 0.10 lot size in Forex money. So what I did was I took 4 of these and I also popped them in at the same time of the break. So what I did was I went here and I hit buy. Boom. Okay. We had the close of the candle above. I hit the buy. Okay. Then I jumped down here and hit the buy with 4 of these. Okay. So then this one, which is the micros, I do 4 of those. So it's always preset. I just use a different template for y'all. But that's where that's preset. So right here, you can have this one preset, so you can boom, hit it real quick, or boom, boom, hit it twice. And then you already have this one preset. Boom, boom, boom. You only have to hit this once because it's preset to 4. Okay. And I do the same thing with this. Okay. This one will be preset to 4. I have another template. That's why I have to set this one up so y'all can see what I'm saying. Okay. And see, this one is 2. Actually, I'm lying. Lord, forgive me. These I only have at 2. Okay. Because it's just trailers, you know, just to see if it keeps on going. So this is set at 2. Boom, boom. Okay, so each will thank you, Yam. See, this is mini yams. That's why they got the mini yams, mini ES, and mini NQ, which is the NASDAQ. So mini NASDAQ, mini S&P 500, and mini YAM, or which is the mini Dow Jones Industrial Average, US 30. All right, so now I got all those in place. So what I do, and let me do my line so y'all can see this on these two, okay? All right, there we go. Let me do another line, okay? I don't know why TradingView does that. I don't know what's going on. Normally, if you draw a line on MT5 or MT4, the line just goes where you want it to go. This one is like a wandering eye. Where are you going, bro? Watch. See, I'm wanting down here. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Yeah, bro, you tripping. All right, so let's go over this again. Here's what I did. All right, so I got the fake break, and I had to wait. Now, me personally, y'all want to see something else? Me personally, I kind of got in early. This is the benefits of being a person who knows how to trade. So on my MT4, I knew this was nothing more than a fake pullback. And so when it reached down to this level, I actually hopped in way early. But that's for a different story, different time. But even if you did, just let's just stick to the rules. Okay. So you can, and I'm on a 3 minute time frame, so you can see it a little bit closer, or you can see it from the 5 minute time frame. All right. So you can see the candle closed above the line. Okay. All right. So it came right back in after all the noise of the market. And this is the whole point of this video. The market was noisy because of the economic news. Okay. That is what you have to learn. So if you get faked on the breaks, just make sure that you're checking this beforehand. Most of the time, the economic news is going to come out around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you don't even have to worry about it. Every once in a while, as you can see, look what time this came out. It came out at what time? 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 a.m. Okay, so therefore, that's the reason why you had this strong pullback. And then after the noise and the shaking and the twerking was done, it resumed back into its original what? Original direction it was trying to go. So this was nothing more than the news event. And then it went back and you could have made a whopping killing. Okay. I did very well on my prop firm account today. Um, I did very well on my prop firm account. Sorry, I was trying to set that up there. I got several screens. So I did very well on my prop firm account. When this hit about halfway, I closed out my standard lot sizes, and then I had these running. Okay. And I had to let them run until about this afternoon, which is about 12. And you can see down here, it was around 12. And I got in at about the peak, okay, which is about 12 o'clock. I closed out everything. I said, okay, enough is enough. Thank God I wasn't greedy, because look what happened. At 12 o'clock, it started pulling back. So anyway, that's just a little short, little something, something. It ain't, that's what I'm telling y'all. This is so easy. It's really just so easy. Okay. Now, what I could have done with my standards, okay, I could have let them hit the first TP and then let the runners run, okay, which I might do tomorrow, okay? Could have let the first ones hit TP and then let the runner run. You can do that as well. Get the first built-in TP is built in, okay? You got your breaker box, and then you have your TP if it goes up and your TP if it goes down, okay? Now, why did I actually do that? Look what happened, okay? I did play this to get some pips to the downside, but notice it didn't come all the way down. Now, I knew it wasn't going to do that. Why? Because I told you that when I'm on my MT4, looking at my setups that I use for trading Forex, I already knew this was just a pullback, and I was right. So I actually got in when it went this far down, but I also re-entered again with the smaller ones when it broke right back above, because I knew it was going to go. So I had these riding, the break happened, and there you go. So I know it's kind of confusing if you're brand new, but this is the benefit of trading along with people when they're actually doing it. So again, all I'm trying to share with you guys is this move right here was nothing more than a 10 o'clock news event. If it wasn't for this, this would have broke up to the high. Okay, it would have went and continued up to the high. Let me go over to this one. Okay, so this one went up to the high. News event pulled it back. Okay, fake break. Okay, that's what I call it, a fake break. You got fake news, you got fake break. So here we go. News pulled it back, and then they said, no, we really trying to go this way. So a lot of people got faked out and were crying because of this move right here. I'm just telling you guys, make sure you check the news before you take the trade, because look what happened. It was the real move, news event, break back, hit target, and you had your runner. Okay, same thing. Rinse and repeat. Look, here we go again. ES did the same thing. You had your real move, fake break to the downside, which you did hit target. That's why I said you could have made some money. And then when it broke back to the upside, look what happened. Boom, the real target got hit and your runner. Okay, it's just easy. It's just easy, easy, easy. Okay, easy, 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 easy peasy. So what am I trying to share with you on this one? If you would have watched the news and knew that it was coming out at 10 o'clock, you would have known, okay, when it broke down here, you could have made quick target, boom, make your profit. Then if you wait for the real move and you see it breaks back above here, or this has a built-in alert to say, hey, there was a move to the upside. Guess what? When it breaks to the upside with the alert, get in and go this way. Okay. All right, you guys, it's long enough. I just want to share that. I got excited about my profits on this. And like I said, we doing very well on the Forex side of the business for the copycat members, superezcopycat.com. And so, like I said, you guys pour it out very heavily, blowing me up saying, yeah, please launch this future service. So yeah, we're considering it, and we're putting groundwork together, and I'll let you know when things are in play. Okay. So just showing you some simple ways of doing things. Bye.